Hey, what's up, Unbroken Nation? You have to have lifestyle changes in order to find long-term health because and this is a thing that struck me that really changed my life that I try to teach people when I coach them, that I talk about in the books just nonstop, is we are often treating ourselves as adults the same way that our parents and caregivers treated us as children. But we're doing it subconsciously because it has become normative for us to feel it necessary to suffer, because often the combination of suffering and pain equals love. In our mind, we go, if I'm suffering and I'm in pain, then that means I am loved. My parents beat me because they love me. They starve me because they love me. They don't take care of me when I'm sick because they love me. That is an association that the brain makes in the developmental years, right? Then think about this. This will really blow your mind. How often do you push back or pull away from people who actually do show up, who do care, who do love you, who are compassionate, who give you empathy and love, sympathy and grace, joy and fulfillment? How often do you put the block up immediately when they come? Well, think about that. If you're doing that to them, what are you doing to yourself? How are you showing up in your own life? Are you drinking too often? Are you smoking cigarettes? Are you getting high from the moment you wake up till you go to bed? Are you massively overweight and consuming sugar and processed food? Are you not sleeping because you're up all night watching TV and video games and playing and watching porn? Or is your sex life a total nightmare because you can't get intimate with someone because you're scared? Are you seeking validation externally through, maybe it's the opposite, you're working out 40 hours a week, right? You're eating such a strict diet you can't extend any kind of joy into the way that you nourish yourself. Are you so tied into personal development and learning that you don't have fun? I have been in every one of those categories that I just laid out. And I think the most important thing is you have to ask yourself the question, what do I actually need? Because if you ask yourself that question, what you will come to find is that the things that you actually need may be the opposite of what you're giving yourself. And if you can actually create a framework of understanding, the thing that you're giving yourself very likely could be the things that your parents gave you in terms of pain and suffering, then you can kind of start to switch the narrative around the way that you think about those experiences. And that'll lead you to want to eat better, to want to reduce your stress, to want to live a healthier lifestyle, to want to quit smoking, quit drinking. And people ask me all the time, like, how did I quit smoking? And I smoked for almost a decade. And a period of time there, it was like 2 packs a day. Like I was really crushing these things like a chimney. And I had effectively come to the realization when I was about 28 years old that I was torturing myself because the pain was the only emotion that I had the ability to feel. And I decided that through what I assumed at the time would mean taking care of myself by quitting smoking, that means that I would actually love myself. And so that was a trial within itself. It took a very long time to get to the end of that road. And I didn't cold turkey it, that's for sure. There was a lot of back and forth, a lot of fuck ups in that process. But ultimately, what I got to was a realization that I need to do the opposite of what was expected for me to do for myself.